Hello everybody, this is Zephyr here. I know it's been a while, but I am making a video pretty much as a walkthrough as to how to put together a furry avatar. It took me about a year to figure this out, and I know it would have gone a lot faster if I had come across some sort of tutorial that would tell me all the things that I would need and what I would have to buy and what would work instead of figuring it out on my own. Sorry, I'm clearing my throat. So without a further ado, we're just going to do what I normally do, which is just dive right into the nitty-gritty of it. It's actually not as hard as one would think. It can just get a little bit frustrating if you don't know what to do. So I'm just going to get right into it and show you. Ignore the mess that is my inventory. I need to go clean that up. So, first what I'm going to do is, this is the finished product, or my finished product, but we are going to be starting completely from scratch. So, we are going to, if I can find it, there we go. We are going to completely change my Abby into your basic Betsy. Everybody say hello to Betsy. Say hi, Betsy. Anyway, so we're starting with a basic Betsy, just so we're starting bare bones straight from the get-go. The first thing you are going to want to do, which I found made this a lot easier, is you don't need a kimono body to make a furry avatar. You don't have to go and buy a whole new body. Most of the mods work with Slink, Beleza, Maitreya, and Legacy. I own both the Legacy and the Maitreya body. My personal favorite is to use the Maitreya body since there are more clothes and more enhancements and more accessories to go with that body than the other bodies, even though Legacy is my favorite. That one is Mama Sky's fault. She converted me. But anyway, we are going to, what you're going to do is, or what I'm going to do, is I've already rezzed a completely new body from Maitreya. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to treat it like you would a human avatar and just completely put it together. So first you're going to put on your alpha. Then you're going to put on your body. And I've got her kind of hidden because she's not going to look right. She's going to be naked here in a little bit. Then you're going to find the lingerie. No, you're not going to find the lingerie. You're going to put on some understuff, or at least I am. Because, well, I know that YouTube doesn't want my boobies hanging out. Take off. Take off. Take off. Take off. Take off. Take that off too. Then detach. Take off. You're going to be taking everything off of Bitsy, by the way. So there we go. You've got your Maitreya body on. And you are going to want to get the HUD, because what I'm going to be showing you is how to do all of this on a body that is baked on mesh. Baked on mesh will make your life easier when it comes to doing this. It can get pretty frustrating when you don't know what you're doing. So you're going to want the HUD out so that you can make the body baked on mesh. I don't really like that shape, so we are going to pop out, and I'm going to get my custom shape because that one sucks. Use the curvy one. Yep, that one will work, especially for what we're going to be doing. Okay, so we're going to minimize that for right now. Yeah, I'll have to do something with her ears. But basically, now that that's out of the way, the second thing that you're going to want to do is pull out your head. For right now, you're going to add the alpha. And you're going to look a little bit on the crazy side for a minute, but it will be okay. I always use the head, I use the Canis Bento head. There are two heads that can work for the avatar that we are putting together. The furry that I am using to show you guys how to do this is actually a red fox. And with that furry Avi, there are two heads that can work. There are multiple heads, but my favorites come from Cerberus. Right now, I'm going to be using the Canis head. So you always go for the one with no ear animations. That way you're not having to fight the HUD like crazy to make your avatar not do weird, crazy stuff. And like I said, you're going to be looking pretty out there for a minute, but that's okay. Then you go into the HUD. And you check everything that has a green X, everything that has a green check mark, like listening Twitch, flick up Twitch, flick down. You turn all of that off. These three little emotes are always going to be on when you unpack this head. If you don't want your character's mouth moving or doing weird stuff, click those three off and always click that one right there. Jaw movement, ear movement. Minimize HUD. Might help also if I move the Maitreya thing a little bit. Yep, we don't want it going that way. Thank you. Alright, so as you notice, there's a big gap and stuff in your neck. That can be easily fixed. We might have to there are easy ways to fix that. I'll be showing you that in a little bit. Don't freak out over that. So anyway, after you are done with that, it is time to pretty much convert your Maitreya body to a baked on mesh body. By now, everybody on Second Life should know how to do this, but if you don't, you pull up your HUD and you go to skin base, okay? You'll see all of this. It says skin presets, HD nipples, all of that. And then there'll be a little button over here that says baked on mesh. You click that, and ta-da, you have a baked on mesh body. Pull that over there. Then you come over here. And as you can see with the mod, which is what this is called, it comes with instructions, like if your head is transparent, how to apply textures, instructions, parts, and links. It comes with textures that you can apply to your ears and tail and everything, which for some mods you do have to do, and I will walk through showing you how to do that. You have a bomb head applier. You are going to need that. And then you have fox ears. You're going to need those. And then you're going to need this. Now, as we all know, I had you put on a Maitreya alpha. You take that off. Take that off too. And boom, there you go. There's your body. Again, don't freak out over the glitch, over the space, because as you can see with baked on mesh, instead of fighting with the pliers, omega pliers, which are a pain in the butt, that gap there is gone. But of course now you're freaking out, being like, well, Zephyr, but what's this thing going on with my face? It looks so weird. This is the part that threw me for a loop for a while too. I kept thinking that there had to be something with the Cerberus head that would make it baked on mesh. There is nothing with the Cerberus head that makes it baked on mesh. However, with your mod, from every mod that I have gone through and that I've looked at, there is always a baked on mesh applier that comes with the mod. And as you can see, there are 4 different heads that most people use. For us, we are going to click the Cerberus, Canis, Lupus applier, and boom. The secondary head goes away. And now you have that going on. And most of the time, there are neck fixes, so a neck fix that will get rid of that gap. Almost everything that you need will come with the mod. Everything. But we forgot to put eyes in, so we are going to hop back up here to the Canis Bento head. And you can use the default eyes, which are like a dark blue. I'm sure you're like now, but my eyes are being all weird now. Why are my eyes being all weird? I don't like that. How do I fix that? There's nothing on the HUD to fix that. If you have a Canis head, you already have a way to fix this. The eye lock for the Canis head, the one that everybody tells you to get, the extra one, I think it costs like 50 London, works with this head. See, now my eyes are not being goofy. But basically, we're about halfway there now, because you still need to put on Peets, which are furry feet. And we still need to fix your tail and all of that good stuff. Now, there are 2 things that you can do. You can either use the ears that come with the mod, like I'm showing here, or you can use the ears that come with your head. Now, as you can see, these ears don't move, but you'd have to texture them. If you're not comfortable texturing, I would highly suggest you use the ears that come with the mod. Same thing for the tail. Whisk's mods normally come with their own tail and ears. Some of them don't. Texturing is something else that I will get into eventually. I have a preference for a different kind of tail that I will show you guys in a minute. So, let's get back to eyes though. I tend to change the color of my eyes. So even though it's not down in there and it's all the way up here, we are going to come up here and we are going to add these. And then we are going to do this. Detach, detach. Yes, when you basically get your, if you want to use customized eyes like I just did, you have to take out the eyes that come with the head and put in the eyes that come with the mod that allows you to change them. Multiple people sell stuff like this. I found these on the marketplace, I think for like 300 linden, 300, 400 linden, somewhere in that ballpark. But now that we've got our eyes and everything pretty much situated, those ears are huge. We're going to fix that. Edit shape. Ears. There we go. Now they're not freaking huge. Save the shape. Didn't mean to do that. Come on, Second Life. Yes, that is actually the tail that we're going to be using. So, with that being said, we are going to work on Peets now. And if this is a little bit all over the place, I do apologize. This is just a spur of the moment thing. Alright, now the Peets that I'm using are from Apricot Paws. These are the most popular ones in the furry community. These are the ones that almost everybody uses. There are some that don't use Peets. They're not a required thing, but honestly, I just think that they make the fluffy avatar, that's what I call my furries, look better. So that's pretty much what I use. That's what I opt to use. So that being said, your Peets come with several different sizes. You have flat, you have kind of sort of up on your tiptoes, and you have complete tiptoes, and then you have a more narrower version of that. They are Omega ready, but they do come with a baked on mesh option, as we are going to see. Honestly, and as you can see, one of the reasons why I said that I prefer Maitreya is a lot of this stuff, if you guys have noticed, is applicable, blah blah blah, I can't talk, to Maitreya. So if you have a Maitreya body, this process is a lot more likely to go a lot more easy for you. As you can see, there are some options for legacy and everything, but Maitreya is going to be what is going to be what ends up being easiest. Let's see what these look like. Oh, that's more of a dog. Let's see what these look like right here. That's more like a wolf. We'll use those. They'll work. Alright, now to make these guys baked on mesh, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go into your HUD. And you see this right here? Baked on mesh enable. Boom. It's not supposed to be that dark. Let's see if it's just me. Didn't think that they went that texture went that dark. And the feet, but I could just be... No, it went that dark in the feet. Okay. So it is just me being anal. Okay. Yeah, y'all can make all the jokes about that you want. So that is just the fur. Oh, I left my footsies on. Let's not do that. All right. So pretty much that's pretty much it. After this, I'm sure you're wondering about hair. I use the same hairs that I use on my human and elf avatars on my furry ones. Almost pretty much any hair would work with this. But for this, we are going to use Doux. And I am going to choose to use the Olga hairstyle. See if I'm remembering that right. Okay, yeah. That's the style HUD. Sorry if I'm going randomly quiet, guys. I'm just concentrating. And I believe we are going to go with a red. Or a black. I believe a black is more appropriate here. That is still going to bug me. This was the first time of me putting this fur together, so I apologize for that. If I can find a fix for that line, I very much will. And basically, pretty much, after that, we're going to find an AO. I'm going to go with Esther. And then we're going to find you some clothes. Because why not just go ahead and finish the look, you know? After we fix your tail. Completely forgot to do that, guys. Bet everybody's wondering, what about her tail? She cannot be going around without a tail. Don't worry, I remembered. I'm getting to it. Alright. So, this tail back here is actually my favorite, because it also comes with a lot of options. So, with that being said, comes box, you're going to unbox it. And it comes with a bunch of stuff, as you guys can see. I like the fluffy one. So we are going to apply that one. And yes, it's going to look weird when you first put it on. It's going to do that, and it's going to be white. The one, of course, I use is white for my wolf Avy. I'm going to have her do that. And then, I guess this is the part where I'm going to be showing you guys how to do textures. And then, this tail comes with an animation HUD. So let's find it. Right there, there's the animations HUD. This HUD is going to be your best friend with this tail. It's going to be the one that keeps it from acting funky when you're dancing and everything. You do have to keep it on, very much like an AO. When you're using it, like, see how my tail is curving and everything. So, like, it helps you keep it from looking weird. And with this, you can just put it pretty much like your eye lock. Just put it somewhere down on the corner of your viewer and forget about it unless you need it. Then it's going to come with a text applier. There. Nothing's happening. Detach. And as you can see, you very much can customize this tail. You can make it different colors. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. I don't really fool around with this too well. I tend to use the textures that are given to me with the tail. Well, with the fur. So basically, pretty much what you will do is you'll click on the tail. You'll click Edit. Now, some of these are going to tell you that you can drag the texture onto the item. My Second Life viewer is dumb and doesn't allow me to do this. So I'm going to show you personally the way my workaround on how to get around it. So far, it only costs 10 linden to do it because I'm lazy and I don't like having to re-upload the texture every time I log in. Maybe if somebody knows why my viewer does that, they can tell me why, so that I can start learning how to do it for free. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to try to do it that way, and then you're going to get an error. At least on my end, you are. So what I end up doing is I end up like going down to the texture that I want, which in my case would be this one. I use Light Shot, this little, I'm sure you guys can't see it, but I end up using like Light Shot or Gazebo or something. And I end up taking a picture of the texture. I'm just telling all this so you don't rage quit like I did a few times while trying to figure this out the first time. I hit the save button. I save it to my computer. And that noise in the background lets me know that it worked. Then I go down here, I go to edit, I go to local, I go to add. Then I click on the one that says Red Fox and Vixen Tail, use this. Then I click upload because I am lazy. As you can see, it's cost 10 linden. Lets me know that it took. Inventory, textures, apply, and boom. There you go. That is how I put my avatar together. Well, my fluffy one anyway. And then what you do is you put clothes on it like you would a normal, like you would your human Abby, like that right there. And then this up here. And when you just do that, and then you just basically do what you would do with a human Abby. Like, we can now get rid of the brassiere. We can now get rid of the panty. I can now basically alpha things out to make the clothes fit. You don't have to keep the Cerberus head thing on. Don't have to keep that on. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how you do it. I will leave a list down below of all the things that I used so that you guys can see what I did and try to copy it on your own. Whisk has very quickly become one of my favorite modders. I'm sure that I will have more over time. But yeah, just basically, this is how I did it. And if this video helps somebody out who's trying to learn how to do this, I'd be very, very glad. Like I said, it took me almost a year to figure out how to do this properly and what stuff I needed. It was very confusing. But I hope that this helps other folks out. So, sorry that it took me so long to get back to everybody. I'm grateful to everybody who subscribed and has stuck around. And I hope to see you all on the flip side. Peace.